So shoes and socks were really simple. That was just an Amazon find. You can do a lot with like thrifting and Amazon and just, finding what already exists. Let's see. Then we've got like a cotton t-shirt material for the dress. And this was sewn, but it was only like a simple running stitch, the one where it just goes in and out, in and out, in and out, all done by hand. And then to cover my really, really messy stitching, we took this like shoelaces. Was it originally shoelaces?
It's like the really long shoelace cordon you can buy that's not pre-cut to shoelace size. It comes on a bowl.
That. And we use that for the trim over here, and trim up here. And then we started off making this a bit too long. So we cut it off and used that material for the wings. And the wings were hand sewn. And then, as you can see, we put the little trim around to, once again, cover the horribly messy stitching. Oh. Pretty much. You could do the same with some glue. Iron-on patches, because nobody likes to sew a patch. Let's be real. It's a pain in the butt. And then we fluffed the wings, because originally they were going to be flat, but we decided, A, that didn't look good, and B, I want some back support for these con chairs. They're mildly comfortable, but, Huh? Oh. Oh, yeah, and the ears. The ears were carved out of, like, that green floral foam, and then we covered them with felt with some glue, so this wasn't sewn on. And they're currently safety pinned onto my wig, so no sewing there. Yeah, what else do I talk about with the Scootaloo?
The wires in your wings allow them to...
Oh, yeah. Bendy wires. Meep, merp, meep, merp. They're a little bent out of shape right now, so ignore that. I've been sitting on them all con. And, yeah, that's kind of about it for this costume. It was really simple and really comfy. And, I don't know, I think it's pretty cute. I hope you agree. That's about it. That's all I got. It's early.
Okay, Rainbow.
Go.
Hello, every pony and every creature. I guess I'll just start from the bottom and work my way up again. So these shoes were just plain white before we custom them. And then I took some fabric markers and did all of this. And then when I was doing the fabric markers, we taped off the bottom to make sure that we didn't get any marker on like the space of the shoe. And you can't tell because it's coming off right now, we have to redo it. But then we taped up the rest of the shoe and spray painted the bottoms gold with like a gold spray paint. And so this was basically all fabric marker, and we took some rainbow string and we laced it up and replaced the laces with this. That took a long time. Then for these shorts, I believe these were either from Amazon or Party City. They were just plain gold shorts. And then we took some rainbow, it's almost like a belt kind of material. I think we found it at Joann's, and we lined the sides. And then we thrifted this military jacket, and we added our own patches to it. And I have this Wonderbolts pin here that I actually got from one of these conventions, and I just have it over here. This is just a blue tank top, nothing special. Yes? We actually fabric glued it. Yeah, we fabric glued, and also on the jacket as well. Yeah. The thing about doing it on a jacket though is like normally this would stretch out and close, but since we did that, it no longer closes because since we like attached it to where it would stretch, it doesn't stretch anymore, which is the downside of doing something on something like this. And for the ears are the same with the foam and the felt. And we got a rainbow wig and we styled it and cut it ourselves. A lot of hairspray did this area. I didn't have time to touch it up this morning because I was late and running late. So this is what it is, but this took a lot of hairspray. We had to like cut it a lot to get it to look like Rainbow Dash. Yep. We have collapsible wig heads that are like made of plastic, and you put them together and you can take them apart really easily. So that's what we use when we travel.
You can buy them on Amazon. Collapsible wig heads. They're great for traveling.
Yes.
Up on Amazon.
And we also do have foam wig heads, which we bought. They sell them at Joann's. And those are for the wigs that we're like not planning on bringing to conventions, and we'll just store them on our shelves at home in our cosplay closet.
Can go ahead and debunk the myth. Our wigs do not stay nice. By the end of this convention, that wig, all the wigs
I disagree.
a matter of styling.
So yeah, we use wig conditioner. Yeah. Where can we get that from?
Wig spray, wig conditioner.
It's all on Amazon. And and for brushing them out, because sometimes they will get like tangles. Yeah. Start at the ends and don't use like an actual like hairbrush. Try to use like a pick or like a comb type thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Because or else it will like actually start pulling out the hair, and you don't want a balding wig.
Should I talk about you because I made it?
Yeah, in a second. I also want to say you can keep your wigs pretty nicely. I disagree with Scootaloo. If you keep them in the bag whenever you're not at a con, they stay nicer. It's still good to comb them out, but like if you just keep them in the net they come in, and in the bag they come in, they stay really pretty nice. So, yeah, you can.
All right, I'm going to talk about Fizzy's outfit because this was a special build of mine. And I've talked about this a few times, but I can't get over it because I had COVID last October, and I was sick for a whole month, super duper sick. And I was in lockdown, and I couldn't leave my bedroom, and I was dying, literally. And we had committed to an online con, which was the Windy City Online Convention 2020, and that's when Fizzy had first made her appearance as a con mascot for that online convention. And I really wanted to be the first Fizzy Glitch cosplay. So, from my sick bed, I got on Amazon, and I had to find stuff that would look like Fizzy Glitch. So I found a white fluffy Christmas tree skirt on Amazon. And I was able to, out of that skirt, kind of make a hole that was bigger in the middle, because the Christmas tree is normally like a smaller slit, that would match her waist. And then for the back of her skirt, to get it to stay together, I just used Velcro. So you can get these strips of Velcro that you can attach to both sides and Velcro them closed in the back. Then some of the extra material that I cut off, I made like a second belt out of it. There's two pieces, so that I could hide where I attached the tail. The tail is from the longer part of the tree skirt, the outer part, and this is all just glued together around a coat hanger that I stretched out. And I took the coat hanger, I bent it in one end, so it kind of has a hook that hooks right into the one part of her skirt that you can't see that's covered by this top layer here. And then I'm able to pin, yeah, nothing like a wire stuck up your butt. But it's not really up her butt, but it's by her back. Yeah. And then I needed more fuzzy. But I didn't need a whole tree skirt fuzzy. So I found a fuzzy pillowcase too. And it was really cheap. And not only that, they came in 2 packs with multiple colors. So I found a purple pillowcase and a teal fuzzy pillowcase. And yep, it's on your legs too. And the skirt. So I found some purple. Oh, actually, I lie. I I forgot. No, I know. The purple was actually a fuzzy little rug, and the blue was the pillowcase, and the extra white was a pillowcase. But basically, the idea is, I couldn't go to the store. So I looked on Amazon for colors and textures of materials in regular household objects that I could use and cut up and turn this into something. Yeah, super cheap, yeah. And then these were some really funky looking leggings that I don't know who would really wear this color of spandex leggings, but they sell them on Amazon. So if you're brave enough, you can wear these in full length legging form in this bright blue. And I cut that all up so I could make her some feetsies. And I stuffed them with some pillow fluff to make them poofy. And I made her little fingertips. And if you look really close, I kind of bent them and glued them so that they had like hoofies. Yeah, but that's just all glued on with fabric glue. Same thing out of that same spandex. I'm probably blocking your view. Made the headpiece, and the horn is a combination of some foam glued and pinned together and wrapped with and some of that stuffing wrapped with that same legging. And then the underside of the legging wasn't fuzzy, wasn't shiny. So that made me some stripes, because the back side of it wasn't shiny, so I was made stripes. You have a question? Okay, so fabric fusion and the quick dry formula of fabric fusion is a godsend to anybody that can't sew. Fabric fusion quick dry. It literally will dry in like less than a minute. Yeah. Now they have regular fabric fusion that if you're impatient, don't buy, but it also works. But the quick dry fabric fusion will dry in literally a minute or less. And you don't need to use that much. But if you're doing something really fuzzy like this, what I did on the places where I knew I was going to glue 2 fuzzy pieces is I trimmed the fuzz on both of the parts where I knew I was going to adhere it, so that it wasn't just glued to a bunch of big, fat, loose fur. I trimmed the parts where I sealed the really fuzzy stuff. I found another freaky deaky legging that had this print on it. And this looked really cool because it looked like the Kieran scales. I think they call this a mermaid print. Cut that up. This is just Velcroed too, see? Velcro, Velcro, no sew. Once again, really sick with COVID, thought I was dying. Tied it around her neck here. And then this was a combination of those pillowcases and the rug.
She didn't measure anything because she was sick in bed and quarantined, so she actually, like, I think I just sent you the measurements and then you did it all, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah. And then to adhere this to her head, you can just buy fashion tape. And fashion tape is a tape that can adhere fabric to your body. That's so like you don't have, back in the day we called it the Janet Jackson incident, where wasn't that the Janet? I'm old. Anyways, there was a Super Bowl where she had a oopsie and things fell out that shouldn't have. So you adhere things so they don't. But that's just a little strip of tape that actually is for your skin that holds that to her head. Yeah. Oh yeah, and she even does that on her like leggings to help keep them up sometimes. Once again, so you don't have to sew anything. Tape. Give a spin, give a little runway walk. Any questions about Fizzy Glitch? No? One more question. Oh, right here? Okay, so this is a pre-bought, like really cheap on Amazon. What do you call this? It's a corselet, but they call them corsets inappropriately on on it. Yeah, there's just, there's no boning or anything in here. It's a really cheap Amazon thing. And it actually like laces up. I'm gonna show you the bare bones in the back. Yeah. And then we added some of that fuzzy material from those pillowcases and tree skirts and all that to make it look Kieran-like. All right? Once again, no so fizzy glitch. Give her a round of applause. And give me a round of applause for not dying over COVID. All right, we'll bring Granny up.
Good morning, all. My granny costume is very simple. It's proof that closet cosplay can be effective because most of everything here, actually, the skirt, shirt, and the shoes are all thrift store finds. The ears are made like the girls said, out of the green floral foam and covered with felt, which is glued on. And my Granny Smith scarf is just an orange piece of fabric, just found it at Walmart. And Poodaloo painted the apples on it, and
The scarf is the only thing on this costume that was sewn, other than sewing the ears to the wig. And the only part that is sewn on this is the lace trim. And for that, I just did a really simple running stitch, the one where it's just in and out, in and out, in and out in a really straight line. And then, turn around for me, Granny. The apples are painted on with 50-cent acrylic paint from the Walmart craft section. So,
Applause for Granny.
yay. It was also one of the cheaper cosplays.
Talk about Crackle.
Oh, talk about Crackle? Crackle was almost entirely no-sew. He was all fabric glue. I think the only stitch was the back stitch going on the back seam. Yeah, he was entirely made out of like poster board foam, fabric, and glue. Funny story, there was actually a time when I had inhaled so much glue that I was just entirely loopy. And I was just kind of sitting there petting the glue while it was drying, like, well, at least this glue is nice and cool and fun. And my mom's had to drag me out of the room. I was like, okay, this is not healthy. This is too many fumes. You go upstairs. You hang out with the cats. But yeah, Crackle was like all poster board, foam, and yeah, the only stitch was the back stitch, which is like the running stitch. But as the name would suggest, you go back a little bit. So yeah, lots of fabric glue. Would you guys believe that we only made Crackle in a week? 1 week, my spring break, day and night. A lot of fun. All right, I am being told my time's up.
Has anyone not seen Crackle? Like our Crackle costume? Okay, I was curious. So it fits 3 people inside of it. So it's really, really long, like made of fabric. It has big, yeah, like a Chinese dragon. So it's a really, really big construct fitting 3 of our cosplayers inside as our double cosplay. That was our sort of premiere cosplay. And it has like really big googly kind of eyes and everything. So it looks very much like in the show.
If AV can go, if we have a laptop, we could probably put it up there because we have pictures of it.
Is it like on
I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, for anyone who doesn't know.
But yeah, it's an exact replica from the episode where Rarity, Twilight, and I'm losing my mind. I haven't had caffeine. Oh, Rainbow. Yeah, and Rainbow were all underneath the big dragon disguise to protect Spiky when he went to go find his dragon heritage. So it was a really cool costume. We also do a lot of other props, and we've done the disguises that are Also found in another episode where they go to the dragons and they're worried. And we've done the seaweed, the tree, and the rock. And I'm going to let Fizzy talk about how to prop build those. Really fun. And those were also no-sew, and you don't have to go to a store to get those.
Yeah, so first of all, the tree was probably the easiest one. We found a sort of wood-colored, textured, whatever, shower curtain, and we made a huge roll of, I believe, like a thin cardboard. It might have been more like, I think it was cardstock, actually, like 2 sheets of cardstock.
Dollar store cardstock.
Taped together, and then we did the spray Gorilla Glue adhesive to attach the shower curtain. And there were some ripples, but we figured that was fine since it's a tree and trees have texture. And then we cut out holes for the eyes because there were ponies in the tree. And so we just printed off eyes and put the eyes sort of in the tree. And that was really it. We just glued a shower curtain to cardstock, and it turned out really cool. And then we made a really big rock construct for anyone who's more handy. So that was a lot of like nails and screws and things because it was actually a wood frame and dowels and things. I believe we did, and we did fabric with adhesive again, just spray adhesive that we put the fabric on it. So for anyone who's more like nails and screws, that kind of thing, you can do stuff like that, more props, so.
All right, and then last but not least, one of our other champion things was a full-size air balloon for Minty's Christmas. And we took one of those beach umbrellas, and we used that as the balloon. So we got some parachute material from Amazon, and we got a beach umbrella from Amazon. And basically what we did is we made the construct out of, and pull up the beach umbrella, and then we had the parachute fabric that we made to go around it, and we put the little, fabric glued on the little flowers that go all along the balloon, and then we built a basket, which was just a square box out of wood we got at the hardware store, like a square 4, another square 4, and then 4 little poles that came up to hold it together. And then we just covered that in material that looked like wicker. It wasn't real wicker. And then we took some rope from a hardware store, wrapped it around there, wrapped it up like it was pretending to hold up the hot air balloon, even though it was really being held up by the fact that we would open up the beach umbrella. And that was a full-size, almost. We could fit 2 ponies in there. Hot air balloon. So the basic formula here is anybody can cosplay. All you need is creativity, right? You don't need a big budget. You don't even need to go to the store. Fizzy Glitch, I was confined to bed for a month and we made her. You just have to be creative. You're looking at what can I make look like this and then use it. It's like completely a fun, creative, wing it as you go process. I had no idea what it was going to turn out like, but I just knew this looked like that. So if I make this into that, it's going to become that eventually. And when I combine this and this and this and this, it's like a formula you create in your head of creativity. And in the end result is a really cool character design that you have made on your own. So we encourage everybody to play with materials, peruse Amazon, go to the dollar store, go to thrift stores. Don't be afraid of glue and simple stitching. You can do anything you put your mind to. Cosplay is all about celebrating creativity, diversity, all of that, and it's accessible to anybody at any ability. So we encourage you to not be afraid. And also, follow us on any of our social medias. We are really friendly. We will answer questions if you become our friends. So have a great rest of your con, everybody. We'll be here for a few minutes for personal questions. Thank you for coming.